grew up watching you on Disney Channel, and now you're maturing and just evolving into different roles. I want to know a little bit of what that process is like and how you've maintained this genuine passion for acting.
The process was definitely not easy. I think because as I was younger, I had these expectations for the timeline of things, and they just didn't go that way. But I think it made me who I am because I'm still very hungry for all of these goals. I still feel like, at the end of the day, these things come and go, and I have to have my individual self be in something other than these things. That way, if they do come and go, it doesn't change who I am and how valuable I feel I am myself. And that's a very important lesson that I'm glad I had to learn the hard way. But also I was just a kid, like when I started. And so growing up in the limelight, it was good, but it could have gotten crazy. I was grateful that I kind of had that stillness to make me feel normal. And now I feel like I'm getting this renaissance moment. I have bel-air and I have my music and I'm more myself.
Yes, and I heard you mention that stillness. I've seen plenty of interviews where you're kind of just vibing with the interviewer. You have great energy. It's definitely infectious. What keeps you grounded during just busy days and long work projects?
What keeps me grounded? I think centering myself and gratefulness always keeps me grounded because I remember when, I didn't have all of these things. I didn't have any schedule, any itinerary. I didn't have multiple places to be at one time. I had no places to be, nothing to do. And going back to that, it always makes me so grateful that I was just like protected at that time and I didn't give up at those times, and grateful for the complete opposite, which is my life now, the hecticness of it all.
So, with The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air being such an iconic series, how did you feel when you were casted for the reboot?
I was surprised. I mean, I didn't even think I fit the role of Hilary. So when I got a call to talk to Morgan Cooper, the show creator and our director, I was confused. And then when he kind of like hyped me up in a sense, I was more confident and I was ready to do my audition a new, completely different way. But they didn't let me do it again with my new input, with this new critique from the show director. So I didn't expect that I would get Hilary. I was surprised. I called my parents, called my family on group FaceTime, and I was literally like screaming.
So, who inspires you? And if you could like play someone in their story of their life, who would you pick?
That's a great question. I'm very inspired by my mom. She's one of the most selfless people that I know. I mean, I wouldn't be here if she didn't put her aspirations to the side to nurture these dreams of mine at such a young age. And she does it all with such poise. She's a very hard worker, very kind. So she motivates me and I'm inspired by her. If I could play anyone, I get all these comments that I look like Jennifer Hudson, and I think she has an amazing storyline as well. I'd love to play her. Um, I'd do a Beyonce biopic too. I ain't even gonna hold you.
So, my last question for you at Andscape, we also cover sports. And I know your dad was a professional athlete. What were some qualities or skills that he passed along to you, him being an athlete specifically, that you think really helped you excel in your craft?
That's a great question. Besides the competitive nature that is me, um, I learned about pushing past the point of I want to give up. Like, when you're working out and you're at the practice and you're like, I just literally
Mhm.
cannot go anymore. I have nothing left to give this workout. I have nothing left to give this game, et cetera, fill in the blanks, like pushing past that point and like finding that inner strength when you feel like you're on E. I learned that definitely from a dad who was in sports.